Well, I should have started this recording a little sooner, but this is a Raypak. I think it's an R266 or something like that. It's a 266,000 BTU heater, and I kept blowing a thermal fuse. There's a thermal fuse that's removed. I'll show this later once I reinstall it, but there's a thermal fuse that attaches to these wires and goes in that hole. And I took some of the manifolds off from the sides, and you could look down through the holes, and there's some of the holes are very full of, you can't see it from this side, well, that one you can, a lot of calcium in there. From the other side you can see a lot more calcium. There's a lot of calcium buildup in these holes. Some of those are like almost blocked completely, and then the fins on the heater core were pretty bad shape, and some of them were kind of almost blocked off completely. So that was was a 2014 installation. It was a 12-year-old heater installation, so I should have started earlier, but I disassembled it to this point. I'll show the reassembly in a little more detail, but took the manifolds off, and then this guy came off. There's 3 screws on the inside there that holds that on. These side covers came off. There's just a couple screws. You don't need to take, there's 2 screws there you don't need to take off because that holds that on. And so you get these guys out of there, and then this whole unit slides off. I'm gonna have to set the camera down while there's 4 bolts that hold that on that you'll need to know about. It's easier to see them on this side. They're on these tabs here and here, and there's 2 more on the other side over there that you can see. So you take those out. This one was a pretty tight fit. I really had to pull on it, but that's the only thing holding it on is those 4. So let me stop here, and I will pull that off. So that cover is off now. I just set it on top of the filter. That's what that looks like. That's what it looks like without it. And now that heater core lifts straight out. There's these some kind of like ceramic blocks that seem like they're pretty delicate. So when you slide it out of there, you just got to be kind of gentle with that. But that just pulls straight out. So we'll do that now. Okay, so the heater core is out now. That's sitting on the ground over here, and that's what it looks like down there. And it looks like all the burners look fine. I don't see any, they're rusty. I don't see anything like plugged up or anything, so I think everything's fine. The new heater core I've got right there, I don't see which side goes towards the inlet outlet manifold and which one's the recirc manifold. I think they're identical. I think the sides are identical. So I'm just going to put it in one way and we'll see. Well, there's the new ones in now. It looks like it fits in there just fine. I said I couldn't tell which side of the tubes go to which side, but it all looks fine. So now I will go back and reassemble all the pieces. Okay, so that duct is back in place. Those screws are on. The screws down there are really tough to get on unless you do something to hold those hex screws. Sometimes I just use a piece of paper towel and kind of wedge it around a paper towel and hold that in. I'll show that in a little while. Then the other pieces have to go back in. That guy slides in between these two horizontal pieces. It's easiest if you just take that off. There are screws on there that you don't need to take off. There are these screws on the inner screws here and here, those hold the get it upside down. Those hold these brackets on right here, and so you don't need to take those off. So let's get that put on, and a couple more brackets. Okay, so I've got garbage down this end there. I've got these two panels on now. Those are back on. Those just slide in and screw on. There's 4 screws up here, and there's left and right, and then there's 4 screws on each side down here. And I go back and I've got these panels up here that go on both sides. Those go on. Hard to do this and film at the same time. Those go on there and here. If you, as long as you didn't take these little pieces out, it's pretty obvious which way they go, that they tuck down inside there. And then those features conform to the to that duct, and then they screw in over on this side. Of course, if you're doing this, taking it apart, it'll be just the opposite. So, all right, on to the next. Okay, those 3 brackets are back in. This guy, and this guy back here. There's just 4 screws on this. There's 2 there and 2 that go up in that way, and then there's 3 screws across the top on that. And our heater core is now in. Our brand new heater core. And look at those holes. Look at how clear those are compared to that nasty old thing that was in there. No lime in there. That looks really good. So core's in place. All the little heat deflectors are in place. So I'll put the manifolds back on both ends, and then we can check it for leaks. Well, I had a really tough time. I couldn't get that manifold with the gasket to go on down there without the O-ring falling out. So I packed it full of some waterproof grease, and it seems to stick in there pretty well now. So I'm hoping that's all it's going to take to get that manifold put back on with the O-ring in place. Well, the manifolds are back in now on both sides. Haven't attached this bracket yet, but got all those bolts in and tightened. So I'm going to start it up, see if we have any leaks. And now, don't see any leaks on that side. You guys see any leaks on this side? I think we're okay. Okay, so now I'm going to put all the rest of the covers on. The reason I figured out that we had a problem was that that thermal fuse that was down there, and it gives you a fault up on the display panel. I can't remember what the fault is now, but it gives you a fault about I can't remember. I'll find it and put it in the video. But I want to install that new thermal fuse down there and put a thermocouple in there, check and see how hot that's getting. So that'll be the next step. Okay, so this is the that was a fault I was getting, the RollOut Switch Open, and that's where this they call a rollout switch. It's really a thermal fuse that is tucked in there. I've got the wires unplugged right now, so I can put those wires back in, and that should go away. I got that. I just heard it kick on, so. There, I just heard the burners go on. So I'm gonna set my thermocouple down there. So now we got the heat's on, and that thermal fuse is set for, I think it's 152 degrees centigrade, and I'm pretty steady at 74, 75. It's been like this for a couple minutes now, so I think it's very well within the range now. I was getting up around 140 before I changed all that, so I think I fixed the problem. And yeah, if this hope this helps some people, and if so, maybe give it a thumbs up.